Good afternoon. This is Constance from Mrs. T Weddings, and you are joining me on a continuation of the Lockdown Live series. Can't believe we're still in lockdown. We've done over 30 of these videos now. It's completely bonkers. But anyway, we are still continuing. We're soldiering on. And today we have the most fabulous girl, Holly, who is joining us from Locate to Create. Now, she's already here. So I am just going to... my Instagram has had an update, so I'm now just going to see if I can invite her in. Let's see if this is going to work, because Instagram's done an update that I didn't know about. Technology is not on my side this week. There she is! Hello!
Yeah.
I just had an update. I'm looking at the buttons like, whoa, those are different. What do I do now?
Oh no, I'm literally looking at things pop up. I'm like, I'm just going to talk.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like the last few weeks have, been a bit mental, but it's going in the right direction, I hope.
Yeah, I know. The past couple of weeks have literally blown my mind with how insane. I mean, these bags are there for a reason. It has been insane what's been going on. All the kind of moving, shifting, changing, sticking, making numbers bigger. It's just the whole thing. Everyone's doing something with their wedding at the moment.
Yeah, literally everyone. Even if you're sticking, you're doing something.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you're sticking, you're doing something. That's exactly right. And then everyone that's next year and the year after are getting so panicked that their dates are all, and to be honest, it's really tough to book suppliers now for, you know, key dates next summer. So yeah, it's a lot of pressure. But we're getting through it. So you are the lovely Holly, who owns and runs Locate to Create. For anyone that doesn't know who Locate to Create are, tell us, what are you all about?
Yeah, so we're a prop hire, furniture hire and event styling company. So we specialise in vintage, rustic and boho items. We have got a more contemporary collection as well now, which we kind of mix in with the rustic boho items. And basically we just create timeless events for our clients and can help in whatever way works best for them. We're pretty flexible.
Fabulous. I love that. And when you go on to the Locate to Create website, you will just see such dreamy items. There's so many gorgeous little, it really is a treasure trove, isn't it? You can just find anything, you know, it's a bit like Aladdin's cave, kind of, you know, whether it be, you know, a gorgeous you know, kind of, I don't know, a gorgeous seat or armchair or something, or, you know, whether it be more like a record player or candlesticks, you've got it all. Whatever it is people need, they can find it through you, can't they?
Yeah. I mean, I might be a bit biased, but I do like our collection, and we spend a lot of time searching for the perfect items as well. I think it's important instead of just buying everything and anything, because I feel like I could also do that as well.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it is curated. It's not just, you know, whack it in, that'll do. You know, it is a curated platform, and so people are looking at, you know, things that with your gorgeous styling eye have selected, thinking actually this would really work in the wedding and events world, you know, as a prop hire or piece of furniture that would be appreciated.
I also think the fact that we also offer the styling, it kind of works with the hire and furniture as well, because even the packages for just furniture hire and prop hire that we've created, we've done it with a styling eye. So I like to think that hopefully everything is kind of styled as you would want it to be.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love that. And so tell us, you know, a little bit about the kind of items and what condition they're in, so people that haven't actually seen and touched and felt all the gorgeous things that you have can kind of gauge, you know, what, because to some people, boho rustic goes, it's going to be really run down and miserable and moth-eaten and things like that. But, you know, tell people a little bit about that.
No, I mean, as I said previously, we spend a lot of time, like hours and hours, traveling all over the country, finding the perfect items. So although we want them to be rustic, we don't want them to be apart, because if we're hiring them again and again, like that logistically for us isn't practical, and for our clients, we don't want that. So we do spend a lot of time, although they're like boho items and older items, making sure that they are in good condition and they are suitable for weddings and events, because they get hired out a lot.
Exactly. They need to be robust, don't they?
exactly, it's important for us. And I mean, the kind of items that we pick, we really try and like make sure that they would work in an event setting or a wedding setting.
Yeah.
And I mean, my mum previously had owned a vintage interior shop, so that's kind of where the contacts came. We've got a lot of contacts that kind of help us source the perfect items to add to our collection. So yeah, no, it's fun collecting them. I mean, sometimes when it's like raining and like muddy, I'm like, why? But I do love it, and I just think collecting the items for our collection is one of my most favorite parts of the job. So I do love it, but we do make sure that all the items, although they're rustic, are suitable. Suitable events.
So important. And I guess, you know, it's so romantic in a way that, you know, you're picking, you know, you're going to be adding them to your collection, where they come with heritage and history and a story. And by then them going out on all these different adventures, these pieces of furniture and you know, props, they're building up a greater story. You know, they're building, you know, their life is getting more and more full. It's so kind of romantic.
Yeah, I love that part of the job. And I think like when I buy something, I'll tell someone like, oh, this is going to be like for a bride and groom. And they're like, oh my gosh, like I never would have thought about that. And that's what I enjoy. I like the creativity and being able to think of innovative ideas that maybe people wouldn't have thought of for a chest of drawers that probably need a bit of paint and stuff like that. And I like being creative. And also we try and name our products after people we've bought them from. So a double peacock chair, and she's called Maria, and we've got like a canapé wall and drinks wall, and that was kind of made after Storm Dennis. So we rescued the wood after that, and that's called Dennis. And like everyone kind of know the names, and in emails they're like, can I hire Dennis, or can I hire Maria? And I'm like, yes, I love that. There was people.
That's brilliant. You just don't want anyone to kind of get the wrong end of the stick and think that you got a recruitment agency going on. Definitely. I can't actually deliver anybody that can do anything, by the way. It is a seat. Oh, brilliant. I love that. That's so romantic. I love the storytelling, you know, that's around every wedding. It's so important, rather than things just being kind of brand spanking new and then just wasted and disposed of, you know. And it's a huge part of the sustainability which so many of us are focusing in on now, you know, and making sure, you know, yes, you could go to, you know, so many people will say, well, we could just nip to IKEA and get, but instead, why don't you get something that, you know, is going to continue the circle, you know, and continue in that kind of sustainable circle.
Absolutely. And I know so many of our clients just love the kind of sustainability behind all of our items, and that is really important to us, because not only are they might be older items that are now being recycled or reused for a new exciting purpose, but they are also being hired out multiple of times, which is even better for the environment. So that is really important to us. And also I'd say like every event is unique, and everyone uses the items like completely differently. Like it's mad. Like I love receiving photos and just being like, that's never happened with that prop before. And I just think that is so nice. So even if people are using the same items, it's completely unique to the couple or to the event. And I think that is so important, that every event is unique. You don't think the same as loads of other people, because as a couple you are a unique couple, and it needs to be personalized to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's so important. So why don't you know, I mean, it's quite intimidating, the idea of renting something to some people or hiring something, because you know, you get so, especially with weddings, because people get drunk and people spill things and people fall over, you know, and things happen, and so it's quite intimidating. So could you just talk us through the whole process of how it works with Locate to Create?
Yeah, I mean, so many people ask this question, and touch wood, we're really lucky. I mean, we haven't really had any spillages on our sofas and stuff like that. It's amazing. Obviously we do like, we've got terms and conditions that help cover both of us and the clients for things like that. But to be be completely honest with you, we haven't really had that many issues like that. I mean, people are
That's so
sensible,
good.
even with I do get asked it a lot, but to be honest, we haven't had many issues with that. And we try and
Yeah.
be as flexible for our clients as possible in terms of like delivering and collecting items, because I would definitely be that bride that wants like the day or days before to
Yeah.
set up and to make sure that it looks fab.
Yeah.
Or even day, like we will set up or we will come and deliver the items on the day that works best for you.
Yeah.
As long as they tell us that when they inquire and when they book, and we've got their items reserved for them over those dates.
Yeah.
And then it's with collection, if you have the flexibility of not having to collect that evening, which some people don't, and that's fine, and we
Yeah.
can collect late at night. I mean, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3 a.m.
Yeah, because
kind of
we've
thing.
spoken about Trinity Boy Wharf, where you've got to go
Yeah.
in, at the early hours of the morning and collect, and there's no two ways about it. You've just got to do
No.
that.
Although
Painful as it is for all of us.
that venue is great for access. So I mean,
Yeah,
it
that's
literally
true.
has its pros and cons. But
Yeah,
we're so flexible with that in terms of when we need to deliver and when we need to collect, as
yeah,
long as we know about it and we can check the availability for like all those dates.
yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, you've mentioned that you'd make it all work, but how does it work? So, do they need to email you? Do they click online? How does it work about the actually ordering it and selecting those dates and things?
Yeah, so people can go through all our collection online,
Okay, great.
and literally add it to their wish list. So you can do it over some time, or you can literally both sit down and make a thing of it, like a date
Yeah,
night of it, like going through our website and like adding things to the wish list,
yeah,
and then sent straight through to us. So it's super, super simple. And we will basically check availability and then send you back a quote, including delivery and collection if we're available, or if we're not, we will let you know. And we'll
yeah.
also people that might be able to help. Like, I think that's so
Great.
important. If
That
we
is.
can't help, we will try and recommend people that might be able to.
That's
Um,
so important. Absolutely. I think, that's one of the things is that you get your hopes up that you're hoping that something's going to happen. Then, it can't always work. You don't have a million of the same thing. It
no,
is just these one-off pieces. And if it's
yeah,
not available, then my goodness, at that point, it's such a letdown as a couple to then feel like, oh, well, we've got our hopes up about that. But then to have that, oh, but why don't you try? Suddenly it's like, well, it's not the end of the world. Let's try them,
yeah. I think that's important with all the supplies, to be
Yeah.
honest. I mean, we are really fortunate that we've got a massive collection of items. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are quite flexible in terms of like which sofa they
Yeah.
want or which peacock chair. And I
Yeah.
can offer alternatives, and most people
Yeah.
like that idea. But if we can't, or we don't have the logistical ability to do it
Yeah.
on that date, we'll recommend people.
Right.
But as I was saying, if people don't want to go through the website and do it that way, they can literally just pop us an email. I mean, people send me like Instagram pictures of like, this is the inspo I like. Do you have any items like that? And
Right.
again, so happy to help if an
That's
inquiry comes
brilliant.
to that.
Yeah.
So whatever works best. Some people love the shopping list and some people
Yeah.
prefer email. So
Yeah, that's perfect. And then, so when you go to deliver, how does it work with setup and styling with you guys? Is that included? Is that an additional service? How does that work?
So in terms of if you were just to hire our items,
Yeah.
hire our props or furniture, we would deliver at the time that you agreed at the
Yeah.
location. If something has to be set up, or we would be the only ones that know how to set it up, we would set that up for you. And then it would be down to the couple to make it look fabulous and kind of
Yeah.
move it into the exact position they want. And then we will collect at the time you want as well. We do obviously also have our styling service, which kind of gives a lot more support in terms of setup. So if brides don't want to be dealing with that stress at all on the wedding day or the day before, which we get a lot as well, then we will make sure that everything's set up and all the items and the whole style cohesively comes together. I mean, we know our props very well, so we know how to make sure that they look their very best. And kind of when the styling can come more into play, and that's when people really like that element of our offering as well.
Yeah, I think it really makes a difference, you know, because you really understand, you know, you've bought those items knowing how they can work together and with ideas on, oh, yeah, we could put this with that. And, you know, that would give that kind of vibe. And so, you know, that makes it so much easier for the bride and groom rather than just being like, oh, we've got a sofa. Now what do we do with it? Whereas you can kind of really make it fit and to, you know, really let their vision be a reality rather than just a concept. So I think that's a
Yeah.
really valuable service that you have. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean we don't plan at all. So working with planners is amazing because like they can deal with the whole, is the florist here at that time?
Yeah.
Is everything there at the right time? Is everything going to plan? And we can deal with the more, let's make sure it looks the best it can and make
Yeah.
sure that it comes to life. And there's quite two different roles there, which people
Yeah.
sometimes don't always understand.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
so quite a good point to point out.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we did that photo shoot together in the summer and, you know, we were very much in each other's pockets in that, you know, I'd be sort of like, you know, this is the vision I've got for this space. I've got to run and sort out hair and makeup. Can I come back and, you know, you've done it. And I come back and you'd be like, right, it's done. I'm like, yes, perfect. Right, let's just quickly move these bits. And together, you know, we can make it work really well together because you're able to understand the vision and execute it. Where the planner might be just sort of like a little bit frazzled because they've got a million other things going on at once. So this is all online that we've spoken about so far. Lots of people want to touch and feel and see what things are actually like. So can people come to your warehouse? If so, where is it? Tell us about that.
Yes, I can't wait until we can start viewings again.
Yeah.
We've moved into our new warehouse in October and kind of went,
Congratulations.
thank you. I mean, it was literally a dream for ages to move to this like massive unit, and now we're
Oh,
finally like, I just want to show people.
yeah.
But yeah, we started with viewings and they were going so well because, as you just said, people want to touch these items and people,
Yeah.
I mean, when they're at the unit, they get inspired for other things or
Yeah.
they just love it. And we also, which was really nice, had loads of couples say like, thank you so much. Like I finally got excited about my wedding again through all of this.
Yeah, it's been tough.
Thing
Yeah.
going, this tough
Exactly.
time. So yeah, we are really hoping that we can start our viewings again very soon. We're literally just
Oh,
following guidance. But then we are open for viewings and yeah, we will be putting something on our Instagram for sure.
great.
So if anyone is interested, that's kind of the first place I will put about it, and then come and see us and let's have a
Brilliant. So
chat.
tell everyone where you are in the country.
Yeah, so we're in Kent. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. We're between Maidstone and Ashford.
Okay, so not too
So
deep into Kent, kind of fairly easy to get to. Yeah.
yeah, pretty easy to get to from London as well. So
Yeah.
kind of all over. I mean, we've had clients travel from quite far, which is lovely to come and
Yeah.
see it. Or
Oh,
alternatively, we are doing also like Zoom ones if people can't.
perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay, brilliant. So you've got a huge array of different items, and I reckon I could probably guess this, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself. But tell me, what are the most popular items? What are most people booking at the moment?
I mean, our seating area packages are
Yeah.
always very popular because they're kind of already styled for people. They can literally be delivered and people can set them up and they're fab. They look great in pictures. They're
Yeah.
practical. Yeah,
And they
and
fill space in a really nice way. So if you've got, you know, especially at the moment, if you've got quite a big venue and, you know, you're not having maybe the guest numbers that you were hoping for when you booked the venue, it's a really nice way to compartmentalize the space and fill it a little bit without feeling like it's an empty void.
yeah, definitely. And I think especially with the micro weddings, they
Yeah.
have been extremely popular, as you say, to
Yeah.
fill space and also to continue theming that space for
Yeah.
effective way instead of putting
Yeah.
loads of something else. If you had like one seating area, it fills a lot of space
Yeah.
and can work really nicely with your style and with your design.
Yeah.
I mean, our tables and chairs
Yeah.
are popular as well, so
They're
they
essential.
yeah, so they especially now for 2022 are filling up fast
Oh,
because
really?
as you said, they're kind of the things you really need to eat your dinner on and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Can't get away without them.
No, you really can't. So we've got the white double crossbacks, the crossback wooden ones, the
Yeah,
folding ones, and we've really expanded our collection of chairs because they've just been so popular. And
brilliant.
then we've got lots of wooden rustic trestle tables and also wooden round tables. So they're really popular.
Yeah,
What else? I mean, things like extra theming items like backdrops and peacock chairs for the
yeah,
bride and groom have always been really popular.
yeah,
Candlesticks and stuff that people tend to like add on closer to the wedding date when they're
yeah,
kind of realizing that table styling, which is fine,
yeah,
because people are welcome to add on as long as items are available. So
yeah,
yeah, I really can't like those are the most popular probably, but it's very
yeah.
difficult. Now every month I feel like it changes.
Oh, really? That's so nice. Well, that
Yeah.
means that, that trends are changing and you're not just having carbon copy of every wedding, which is, I think is really nice. With the tables and chairs, what size of wedding can you kind of go up to?
So you're testing me.
Sorry,
We could
what you weren't planned. I hadn't planned that question.
I'm
Sorry,
math
I
in
just
my
suddenly
head.
thought it.
We could go up to I think it's 250 with
Oh,
the
so big.
folding chairs
Yeah.
and 160 with the crossback wooden
Okay,
ones
great.
and 120 with the white. So quite big.
Well
And then,
done. You get the gold star.
yeah, I hope that's right. No one hold me to that. But around those numbers. And also, I should mention with our tables and chairs, it was really important for us not to just arrive at a venue and drop them off in a
Yeah.
certain location,
Mhm.
which some hire companies do, I
Yeah.
believe, which is fine. But for us, we really wanted to give that extra level of service and
Yeah.
set them up for you. So as long as we've got someone on site telling the team where
Yeah.
things are going, we will set up tables and chairs for you because you don't want to be breaking a nail the day before or
No,
the day of your wedding. I just think
exactly.
logistically, you don't want that
Yeah.
stress.
And also,
So
nobody really understands how long it takes to set up 120 tables and chairs. Everyone thinks, oh, we'll just quickly do that in 5 minutes. No, it doesn't take 5 minutes. It really
no,
doesn't. It
no.
takes ages.
I definitely made that mistake at the beginning. I was like, we could do that quickly. No, you
Yeah,
can't.
no, you just can't. However
Yes.
clever you think you're doing being and how you do it, it's just not a quick job.
No, and you don't want to be asking family and friends to do it. I mean, they'll always, hopefully,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
always say yes to helping, but we
yeah.
just wanted to take that stress away and kind of add that extra level of support with our tables and chairs booking. So we will set them all up for everyone.
Oh, that's so good. And so basically, you're the one-stop shop for any interiorness for the wedding. So tables, chairs, props, seating, anything that needs to be brought in, especially for all those dry hire venues where you're just getting a blank canvas and it needs to be made into a wedding. It's, you're the people to go to, and you'll be able to, it's service with a smile. It's you and, Charlie that will come out and, you'll be hands-on, really want to help, and you'll really, do everything you can to make it as perfect as possible, whether that be with the styling service or not. You're going to go above and beyond to make sure that, everything's exactly how the couple want. How far out do you go? Because I know we're doing a wedding together in Oxford, but, I mean, is that as far as you go? Do you go further than that? What's your kind of remit?
No, we literally travel all over. So we've been to Manchester.
Okay.
I mean, we quoted for Scotland
Oh, wow.
last week. I mean, I'm not sure if that's going ahead. Obviously, our delivery and collection charges increase the further we have to travel, and also our minimum spend. So
Yeah.
as long as you're aware of that. And also, I would say if you're getting married further away from us in Kent, we're more likely to be available the earlier you get in touch, because if we've already got a few weddings on that day and we logistically can't get to somewhere like Oxford or anywhere like that, then that is the problem. We just physically don't have the logistical ability. But yeah, we
Yeah,
do
you haven't
travel.
got a swarm of vans ready to go yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. We've got quite a few for this summer. I mean, this
Oh, I
mad
bet.
But yeah, so we do travel all over. But as I say, get in touch as soon as possible and be mindful that delivery and minimum spend increase the further we go out.
Sure, makes complete sense. But you go to London a lot, covering kind of the southeast without any real problems. And so when people are working with you, is there anything that they need to be mindful of? Do they need to take out special insurance or anything like that?
So, I mean, we would always recommend our couples taking out wedding insurance anyway, really
When they can again.
from anyone's. Yeah, I would 100% recommend that. And then I would just say, like, we send out our terms and conditions and just get them through. And I would just say, if anyone has any questions, just let us know. We're not scary, and we will always answer the phone or the emails to answer any questions people have.
Brilliant. That's so good. Fabulous. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time today. You have such beautiful items, and I think everyone should immediately go over to your website and start putting together their wish list, because it's just so much fun.
I get so excited when they come through.
Yeah, I bet. It's like, oh, what have they picked? Or just send your picture over to Holly and she'll sort it out for you. So tell me, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you directly if they want to?
Yep, our email is hello@locate2create.com. Or if on Instagram, you can also follow straight through to our website and our inquiry page and anything like that. All the details are on that. And also I've got a phone number, so I am very happy for people to call if they've got questions regarding anything.
Fabulous. That's so good. And as soon as they're allowed, people can come down to Kent and have a look at what you've got and start picking their items as long as they're available.
We'll have to get you to come down soon.
I know. I was trying to come down last year, but didn't quite manage to make it happen. But hopefully this summer, you know, in between weddings, I'll come down and see you. So thank you so much. Good luck with the craziness that is the summer of 21.
Thank you. I'm excited. I just think we all want to get back to doing what we love, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So true. So true. Brilliant. Right. Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Have a lovely afternoon. And thank you to everyone that joined us. Take care. Bye.
Bye.